Let's go!
Lidia had a release date trailer? Is this new? Let's just watch it. Not in 4K. That's why I screamed. It was not in 4K. Oh yeah, there was parts of this in the previous trailer. Damn, she looks different, dude. Oh wait, we'll go back and compare. She looks mad different.
Tekken 8.
She looks like Nina.
New challenger.
Bądźmy dumni z tej walki.
Lidia. Sobieska.
Yeah, we played Lidia when she came out. Jesus, like 3 years ago or something like that. Just tried her. Damn. Remix. She seems very Reina-like, right? Stance to stance, like when the hell do you stop her?
Ty też. Zaczynajmy.
She's cool as shit though, which is why I'm thinking I might. She's easier Jin? Shit. She's the original Reina, yeah. Now we played her. Ripley was pressing buttons when Lidia came out, but she was a little baby. She was like 6 months old. I like her mentality and her demeanor too. It's all kind of sick. I think I'm gonna play this character. You know what she looks like to me? She looks like a goddamn VF character. Granted, she already has several, like, Akira-isms, you know? She is not traditional Baji-Kwan. Isn't she, like, more karate? Yeah, she's karate.
Muszę wygrać w imię wszystkich Polaków.
Cool. She's the Prime Minister of ass beating. The Polish Prime Minister in Tekken! Let's fucking go! July 22nd. All right, we got something to do on the way back. Oos! Here's what I wanted to compare, dude. Who are you? Who are you? Hold up. Who are you? Oh shit, I like her Tekken 7 costume more.
Welcome back to the stage of history.
Oh, dude, they beautified the shit out of her. It's night and day. She got an Instagram filter. Whoa. Whoa. They Instagram filtered her ass. She got that Polish surgery. Dude, she looked mad gruff in this game. She's like, all right, I've seen some shit and I've got punched a lot, but I can punch way harder, motherfucker. Like, she has seen some shit in Tekken 7. I'm still going to be excited, right? Look at her costumes. Did they show off her costumes? Yeah, she looks comparatively, like, obviously higher fidelity because this is a higher fidelity game. Don't get me wrong. But, dude, her facial features have changed. Like, they got rid of her super deep, like, her eyeshadow up here, like, above the eye line, like the fold. That was, like, clearly, like, a defining character thing. Her lips are way different. Like, way different. Eyebrows are different, too. Yeah. Yeah, it's at the end of the trailer. Oh, I'll shut the hell up. That one's funny. Hell yeah. I might like this character a lot. Right? I think I might like this character. Just to actually put some time in. I didn't end up putting a lot of time into Lidia in Tekken 7 because Tekken 7, just didn't want to play it online. Let me look at this one. Curious. Oh, her voice got mad deeper though. Dude, she sounds like a teenager in Tekken 7. And in the new one, she sounds like a grown ass, like beating ass woman. Oh, dude, she looks cool as fuck in this game. I think I genuinely disagree, right? Everyone has been saying that like all the female characters in this game have Nina face, you know, for the most part, which is kind of a DOA-ism where almost all like the female characters have very similar faces. And I do think, unfortunately, Lidia sort of falls into that, category of like generic Nina face. They look a little too similar. Because man, she looked cool as fuck in the old game. The doll face. What I want is DLC as Tekken 8. I'm a stupid bitch. I want guest characters, man. I'm a dumb bitch. I just want guest characters. You shouldn't be listening to me. Tekken fans hate him. Talking about a Tekken character that I want to be in Tekken 8, I want to see Miguel. I want to see how Tekken 8 mechanics benefit a character like Miguel, who is all fast as shit, pokes and jabs and shit, and how he gets to keep up that pressure. Like, oh man, that might be really crazy. Check this out. Teach me something, IGN. I heard this is a great video. Damn, that's a cool costume.
Of Poland, Lidia Sobieska makes her return to the King of Iron Fist tournament in Tekken 8 as the second DLC character. She's a complex character, even by Tekken standards.
She has the Dudley intro.
Unfortunately, Bandai Namco's esports manager, Alex Julio, gave me an hour-long demonstration of her best moves, what's special about her kit, and the unique threats that she poses. Here's a quick starter guide on Lidia Sobieska in Tekken 8.
She hasn't gotten a story yet. Dude, neither has Eddie. Eddie still doesn't have his story mode stuff either.
Like her Tekken 7 iteration, Lidia is a character that utilizes a lot of stances. In Tekken 8, she has a total of 4 of them. They are Cat Stance, Horse Stance, Striking Wolf Stance, and Heaven and Earth. Each stance has a number of follow-ups, from lows to quick highs that beat jab mashes, to punishing mids that can lead to hugely damaging combos. She's a character that can leave her opponents scared to press buttons, and when they're conditioned into that state, then she can use moves that are plus on block to keep her pressure going. She's also got very strong punishes, a fully tracking...
Wait a minute, hold on. Hold up.
Her opponents scared to press buttons, and when they're conditioned into that state, then she can use moves that are plus on block to keep her pressure going.
Applies to every character in the game. That is a Tekken 8 thing, right? It isn't about a wait and strike. No. This is about, no, always my turn. Always my turn, never your turn. That is not just a Lidia thing. That is quite literally a Tekken 8 thing. Much different than Tekken 7, you know? That is the Tekken 8 template.
She's also got very strong punishes, a fully tracking low that we'll go over in just a bit,
you know,
and very...
if the devs are like, that is Lydia's goal, damn, well, that's everybody's goal. So you're telling me she's going to excel at everybody's goal? Shit. Damn.
Strong approach tools in both her forward 4-2 and forward 4-1. She's also
she gets a demon paw?
Greatly from her heat gauge, which we'll go over right now as we talk about her best moves.
Thank you.
Starting with the aforementioned forward 2.
Yeah, she gets a demon paw? She just straight up does. Demon paw into stance? Okay.
Is a mid punch that leaves Lidia at +5 on block. And
always had it. Yeah, that's the thing. I played Lidia in training mode a little bit.
Hits or is blocked.
In Tekken 7?
The opponent is in a real bad spot.
But not enough to like remember anything.
And leaves her in a position where she can do pretty much any follow-up in horse stance, and it will beat
it's a demon paw, but it does not knock down. It might heat engage, but it leaves you in a +15 state for crazy shit.
So the opponent must guess on blocking it.
Yeah, doesn't Reina do something similar where like her forward 2 leads into crazy shit? +15 on hit, chat, not on block. On hit. And it doesn't launch. It keeps them standing, so that makes sense, you know? Lidia had it first. I get it. Yeah. Everyone was saying that about Reina, that Reina was very Lidia-like, you know, already.
A mid heat engager that's only -10 on block, a low counter hit launcher, or take a gamble and mash to try to beat an axe kick that leaves Lidia at +8 on block and transitions into a whole...
Yo, she feels mad flowcharty. Holy shit. Were you just gonna like land this and then run it?
New stance with another set of mix-ups. It gets better. If she lands this move in heat, she's at +17 and can get a guaranteed follow-up that ends with her going...
Is Reina really a flowcharty kind of character too?
to Heaven and Earth stance, where she can threaten with several strong attacks, including a fast and unblockable, and gets a charge that powers
That's an
up some of her
unblockable?
moves for the rest of the match. The little brother to Forward Forward 2, Forward Forward 1 is a running high punch approach option that leaves Lydia at +6, but doesn't force her into a stance. The drawback, of course, is that it's a high and can be ducked, but since ducking against Lydia is so scary, see everything I said before about
Yeah, it's a
Forward
high,
Forward
I get
2,
it.
this is a
That's
very
still really
useful
good.
option to mix into your approach and keep your turn. Her forward 1+2, 3, 1+2 string, called Political Storm, is back with a new twist. There's a clean hit property to it if you do a quarter circle forward 1+2 for the last hit that adds on a bit of extra damage. Aside from that, it's
interesting.
Lydia's 14-frame Punisher, a heat engager, has fantastic range, and while the final hit of the combo is launch punishable, she can stop
This is Lydia's political storm special move. If we look down here, her 10 hitting special is called Eat the Rich.
after the second hit and only be -10. Alex warned though that it is no longer hit confirmable between the third and fourth hit like it was in Tekken 7. Back 1 is a safe mid heat engager with 18 frame startup, is
Damn.
+2 on block, will wall stun if close to the wall, and knock down if it hits while you're already in heat. Not much else to say about it other than, that seems pretty good. Down Forward 2 is a 15 frame mid that goes into cat stance and is +11 on hit, which means that if it hits, once again, the opponent is in a bad spot where they'll have to guess, as pretty much all of her follow-ups will beat any sort of mashing.
Okay.
From cat stance, she's got a safe mid that leads to a combo on counter hit, a low, and a high follow-up. That said, if the initial move is blocked, the opponent can mash out of it. Next up is
Dude, yeah, so she's literally one step away from, like, you land one of these attacks that lead into the list of attacks, and it is quite literally attack into Let's Go Gambling, right? The character.
down back 4, which is
Okay.
a fairly average low poke. It's a
Can
bit
I have
slow
this
at
back,
22
please?
frames of startup, but it does track sidestep left and is 0 on hit. What's nice about it is that you're standing
dang it.
afterwards, so you don't limit yourself to wall rising moves after landing it. Down 2 is another low that is faster at 18 frames.
Damn, she got
but
the
it is
Dragunov low?
-4 on hit. So if your opponent knows that, they can take their turn back if it hits.
Bro.
It does go under highs though, and if it counter hits,
Damn,
you
she
get
got
a
the
free
Dragunov
from
chop?
crouching
That's probably
down
not nearly
forward
as
2
good.
heat engager.
Oh, shit. No, she gets shit after it?
From crouching down forward
Okay.
3 is another low, though this one can knock down from close range and has a guaranteed follow-up with forward 3. The downside is that this one is launch punishable if blocked, so just be careful with it. Quarter circle forward 4 is a 17 frame tracking high that leaves Lydia at +1 on block, but if it hits, she's at +10, which means that she gets a guaranteed 1-2-2 jab string.
She gets
which
a
does
link in
respectable
there?
damage and leaves her at +8 in cat stance for a mix-up opportunity.
Wow.
Speaking of 1-2-2, it's worth noting that this build shows that it's -8 on block. That's not really true, since it forces Lydia into cat stance regardless of whether it's blocked or hits. And Lydia can't block in that stance, which means that it's actually launch punishable. So
Makes
don't
sense.
just go throwing this out or you might pay for it.
It's got to be hit confirmable,
Now
right?
let's talk about down back 3. This move
1-2-2s in this game are like mega hit confirmable on every character. Kazuya, Reina, Victor, like they're all, you could delay the shit out of them.
is sick.
I don't wonder if hers is
It's
the
a
same.
16 frame, fully tracking low sweep, which means that it cannot be sidestepped either left or right, and if it hits,
Oh,
it
those are
leaves you at
1-1-2s,
+7
you're right.
in horse stance. So it's a position very much like if you had just landed forward 2. She does trade against jab mash with some options, but even in those trades, you still have the advantage. As you would imagine, it's launch punishable, so it's a big risk throwing it out, but it's nonetheless a very important tool in her arsenal. Pressing 1 while in horse stance will get you a high homing power crush that transitions into the striking wolf stance. It's +1 on block, so it allows her to continue her pressure, and on counter hit, it's +16. And finally, striking wolf stance 1 is a chargeable mid that is +2 on block and charge,
It's cool
and
looking.
+7 when fully charged. It's easily sidesteppable and interruptible, but if it hits or is blocked, Lydia is left in a very good position. Without a charge, she's still at +16 and gets a guaranteed follow-up, and if the full charge hits, she gets a damaging full combo. That's by no means an exhaustive look at Lydia's moveset, but these are the moves you'll definitely want to know both if you're starting out using her, or if you want to get a basic understanding of what she wants to do when you're fighting against her. Now let's take a look at our punishers. Lydia's got a punisher for everything from 10 to 15 frames and even beyond. Her 10-frame punish is her 1-2-2 string. It does good damage and leaves her in cat stance at +8. It's
Yeah, a 10-frame punish that leads into
She's
more
also got
stuff.
1-4,
Pretty nice.
Which doesn't force you into stance if you'd rather not transition. For 11 frames, she's got 2-2 and 2-4. Once again, 2-2 transitions into cat stance, but if you'd rather not transition, you can use 2-4. Her 12-frame punish is 4-2-4, which can wall splat and wall break. For 13 frames, she's got back 2-3, which leaves her at +6 on hit. At 14 frames, she's got the aforementioned political storm string that does big damage and
Can't believe
is a
that's all
heat
natural.
engager as
How
well.
weird.
For 15 frames, she's got a couple of different combo starting options. 3-2 is her main starter that you'll likely see the most damage out of for 15 frames. There's a just frame property for perfectly timing the second hit that gets some extra damage.
Goofy.
Up forward 4 is her hop kick, which is less ideal as it will tornado the opponent afterwards, diminishing some of the damage. And down forward 4-2 is her far-reaching 15-frame punish, which can be followed up by a guaranteed forward 1 and 2. For her wall rising punishes, she's got wall rising 4-2 as her 11-frame, which goes into cat stance. From crouch down forward 2 is her 12
Her hop
frame,
kick didn't seem
and as we covered before,
particularly
is a heat
good.
engager. For 13 frames, she's got wall rising 1-4, which can wall splat, and wall rising 1-2, which puts her into cat stance at +11. For 14 frames, she's got wall rising 3, which gets a free follow-up with forward 1+2 once again, and for 15 frames, she's got the standard wall rising 2 launcher. Now let's put this all together in some combos. Here
Yeah,
are
she didn't have any crazy launching options, to be completely honest. It didn't seem like it. There was some, but she really didn't have a lot of launchers.
a handful using several different launchers that Alex showed me.
That is not good damage. Getting there. Oh, cool. She's got a Jin ender. Yeah, these almost feel like the training mode combos, right?
And before we wrap up, we need to talk about one last stance of Lydia's, the Heaven and Earth stance. Heaven and Earth is a unique stance in that she can only enter it while in heat or after a heat engager, and she can enter it while in any other stance by pressing up. As I touched upon briefly earlier, when she enters this stance, she gains a charge, which simply powers up the damage of some of her moves and persists through the entirety of the match. From Heaven and Earth, she has 3 main options. Press 2 for a powerful 13-frame mid that's +6 on block, 1 for an 18-frame power-crushing mid that's
So wait a minute, you
minus
only get to this from like a heat engager? You only get this in heat mode?
11, and 1+2 for a 16-frame high unblockable attack. And finally, the last thing
Stance
to
is
know about
only
this
heat,
stance
yeah.
is that it's also a parry stance. If attacked during it, she will parry, restore some of her heat time, and re-enter the stance with enough time to follow up with one of the attacks she can use out of the stance. Lydia is a complex character, with one of the largest movesets I've seen in Tekken 8. She has ways to mix you up and continue her suffocating pressure. I hope this guide proves useful for both players who want to learn how to play her, and for those looking for ways to deal with her by understanding her moveset just a little bit better. Thanks for watching, and for everything else, keep it here on IG.
All right. She's looking kind of fun. Yeah, regain heat. Characters have that, where if they're in heat, they'll hit you with some shit, and it'll give them heat gauge back. That is normal. Broke day one, she definitely feels like it, right? She's gonna be Reyna broken day one. And by that I mean she's good, but she's not actually the best. But she'll fucking mow people over, sort of a situation. I don't feel like Eddie specifically did that. Rolled people over very much. I don't know, man. I hope this doesn't come out when Takeda comes out. I really do. We don't know the actual date Takeda is coming out. This is the 22nd. Okay. Dear God, my goddamn God, brother Christ, do not release Lydia the same day as Takeda. Takeda's the 23rd? Shut up. Takeda is not the 23rd. No way.